from a university should know something about how to write a business plan, how to take a loan from a bank, how to form a company, and how to translate some ideas into actual projects and products and processes. So this is a major gap in most countries. But perhaps the most important of all, the four pillars, is a visionary, enlightened, technologically competent, and honest leadership. Unless you have a visionary, and here I can give you examples. Look at the cabinet of China. You'll find most of the cabinet members as top-class engineers, top-class educationists, scientists. You look at Korea. What Korea has done is it's changed its constitution and given the state of a deputy prime minister to its Minister for Higher Education, Science and Technology. So Minister of Higher Education, Science and Technology is a deputy prime minister in Korea. And we were talking about Korea earlier on. In Korea, would you believe it, it is more than 85% of students, of children, more than 85% of children between the ages of 17 to 23 have access to higher education, are getting university level education. In Pakistan today, it is only 5.1% of the same age group. It was 2.3% when I took over as the chairman of Higher Education Commission. It has increased, but in India it is over 10% with a much larger population. We are at 5.1% and Korea is at 82%. So if you look at the total world economy, total production and exports, you can broadly divide them into three categories: low tech, medium tech, and high tech. And if you look at the trends in the last 15 years, the low tech production and exports have been going down. The medium tech over the last 15 years are more or less static, but it is the high tech exports which have been going up. And in order to transition from our low value added agricultural economy to a knowledge economy, it is this high tech area that we have to focus on. And defense can play a key role also. Would you believe it that more than half of the R&D funds in the United States come from defense funding agencies? More than half of the total R&D funds. And these are not just for directly defense related projects. I managed to win a grant of $8 million for some of my work in marine biosciences from the Office of Naval Research, for instance, in USA. So a lot of it is for supporting basic research as well. So the defense sector can serve as a very strong sector to promote university level and science and technology level researchers. And if you look at just one institution, such as MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, from it have arisen some 4,000 companies, students who have passed out of MIT. So some 4,000 companies which have annual sales of $240 billion US. Today that would constitute the 18th largest economy of the world. These 4,000 companies, just the impact of one institution on the process of socio-economic development. And we all know of what Stanford and the Silicon Valley around it has done. And so it is for this reason that there is a growing realization in universities to set up technology parks around them and to foster this process of innovation and entrepreneurship. So I won't take much more of your time. I would like to say that this is a world where truth is stranger than fiction. Next month, in August, Tata is launching a car which will run only on air. This is a car which has been developed in France, and it has just a Kevlar cylinder at the back. This is a composite material filled with air, and all you have to do, it doesn't require petrol or any other source of, it is this air which drives the wheels and forces it forward, and then you go to a pump and you get your air filled in the Kevlar cylinder again. The cost of running this car is only 10% of a normal petrol or diesel car. And this is coming out next month. So this is what is happening around us. And so it was in 2004 that I raised this issue in the cabinet, that where is Pakistan going? Have we developed a roadmap for the future? In 15 years, 20 years time, will we be making computer chips or pharmaceuticals or be leaders in shipbuilding? What is the roadmap of our development? And as a result of a 2.5-year, 3-year exercise, we came forward with a 270-page document, which is called the Technology-Based Industrial Vision, Strategy and Action Plan for Socio-Economic Development. This was approved by the cabinet. We did a technology foresight exercise. Technology foresight is a standard way for countries to determine their roadmaps, because most countries have no clear roadmap. And so they are doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So focus on certain specific fields. And we have 12 PhDs of the key projects that we need to undertake, their cost, the IRR, the internal rate of return, and the human resource requirements that are required. So it's a very clear, it's not a sirf lafazi nahi hai isme, it is a very specific and clear document which some of you may find interesting. Thank you again for inviting me here. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Dr. Ataur Rahman. I once again, on behalf of the Institute of Cost and Management Accountants of Pakistan, thank you for your kind presence. Ladies and gentlemen, due to his engagements and busy schedule, our chief guests have to leave. But before that, I request our honorable chief guest to distribute shields among the presenters of the first session. I request my chief guest and all the presenters to please come forward for the shield distribution. Please come forward, sir. First, I request the honorable chief guest, Dr. Ataur Rahman, to present a shield to Mr. Anjum Nisar. Ladies and gentlemen, please give them a round of applause. Now I request Mr. Najam Ali, CEO, Next Capital Limited, to take a shield from Dr. Ataur Rahman. Now I request our honorable guest once again to please to give a shield to Dr. Amjad Waheed, CEO, NAFA Funds Limited. Now we request our honorable Mr. Hamad Azadi, the chairman KBC, to present the shield to our honorable guest of the evening, Dr. Ataur Rahman. We are really thankful that he's with us here today. Ladies and gentlemen, I request you all to please stand up and give him a huge round of applause for his presence here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, sir, for your kind presence.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are lucky enough that we have the icons and the pioneers of Pakistan's economy today with us, Dr. Ishrat Hussain. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Ishrat Hussain is the Dean and Director of Institute of Business Administration, Karachi. He was Governor State Bank. Dr. Ishrat Hussain became the Governor of Pakistan's Central Bank in December 1999. During the next 6 years, he implemented a major program of restructuring of the central bank and steered the reforms